Merab Dvalishvili is back, the UFC bantamweight champion, and I should add, the all-time takedown leader in the UFC is back, and at UFC 316 in New Jersey, he will be defending the title against the man he won it from, Sugar Sean O'Malley. I always like that fight. That's going to be a fun one. Merab, how you doing, my friend?
Thank you, Kevin. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing really good. Looking forward to this fight. You dominated that first fight with O'Malley for the most part. The first 4 rounds, very one-sided. He kind of came back and had a good final round. How do you see the second one going? Do you think the fight will be different than it was the first time stylistically?
I think will be different, of course, because Sean will make some adjustment. He may stop my takedowns, and now I'm planning to. If he stops my takedown, I'm planning to strike with him and keep up. Keep up and challenge my, my striking. Another tough opponent, and yeah, I'm ready for worst fight, and I'm waiting for very strong Sean O'Malley, and yeah, but and also I'm also looking for finish for this fight, so we'll see.
You haven't had one of those in a while. So let's go back. I want to talk about a fight where you got finished, right? And
Yeah.
how it shaped your career, because your second UFC fight, you were 0-1 in the UFC, controversial ending. You get submitted by, I don't want to say submitted, but technical submission against Ricky Simone in the final seconds of the fight. Quite a bit of controversy there. Your team had filed an appeal. For people who don't know, Merab lost that fight at 5 minutes of the third round. That you're 0-2 and you're a guy that's not an American citizen, then not a well-known fighter. A lot of fighters that start 0-2 in the UFC get cut. What was
Yes.
going through your mind? And were you worried at that point, Merab, that you might lose your job?
Exactly, Kevin. Like you said, I was really nervous. I was hoping the UFC not gonna cut me, and I was hoping that they will give me another chance to stay in UFC because yeah, first fight I was sick. I get tired, and I was fighting flu and my opponent. And in the second fight, like you said, yeah, that was controversial loss. In my head, I never lost this fight. I never tap out. I made to the bell, and they should just the judges give me this fight. The score, like judges scored this fight. I was winning, and but they because Margada was main referee, like side referee or something, and
Right.
he pushed. I think all the judges and all the referees he tell them to I got submitted, but yeah, so that was heartbreaking. But thank God UFC give me another chance, another opportunity. Uh, then I learned from those mistakes. I learned to like from everything, and I know not after that I not let them like either judges or referee or anything else. I or my opponent, I don't let them give excuse to beat me.
Sure.
I make sure I dominate every fight, and pretty much I dominate every fight, until I came champion.
Well,
And
I want to ask you about the fight after that, because now you fight Terrion Ware.
yes,
And, he was a good fighter, but obviously I think you were a guy people expected to win that fight. But here was the thing: you're fighting in Russia. You were born in the former Soviet Union in the Republic of
yeah,
Georgia.
yeah,
You're fighting. I would think that there's a little bit of pressure on you. You're 0-2 in the UFC. You're fighting
yes.
relatively at home, right? Like, do you remember that fight? And do you remember, like, did you go in normal? I know how calm you are now and how you walk in there and you're dancing and you're excited about fighting. Did you have that same feeling when you walked in to face Ware?
Yes, actually, I was happy, just I was happy general. I was fighting in UFC, even because when I came US, I was not sure to where to training. That I was not sure to if I ever make to UFC, and even if I lost UFC, I was still happy. I still have a smile in my face because the other day I was UFC fighter, and and I'm still same guy. It doesn't matter what happened. I'm always smiling and always staying positive. Because this is life, and long as I will do my best. Long as I will try my best, I will not regret. If I know that I give all what I can, I'm happy. And yeah, when I walked to the fight, yeah, nothing pressure got me. I was just. Uh, Focus for the fight. But yeah, let me tell you one thing. Yeah, because of I was coming from two loss back to back. I just take the guy down and I just hold it down. I don't let him get up. Like I stay on
The
top. I
start of the
just
record building.
yeah, yeah. I wanted to win this fight so bad, and I don't give him any chance.
When do you think you started, or maybe you did even back then? When did it hit your mind? I am good enough not only to keep a job in the UFC, but to be a champion. Right? There's a big difference between just being in the UFC and being a champion. When did it click with you that hey, I have a chance to be that good?
Actually, it was hard for me to even dream and think about to become UFC champion after I came US, and I cannot even find the MMA gyms, MMA training partners, and even to get fight, even like pro fights. It was everything so hard. Yeah, 1 year later, I did find the my Serra Longo team, and then a couple months later, I did get professional fights, but I got lost. And then I training with Aljamain Sterling, and I see how strong he was, and he was so much better than me, and I was not thinking to I can ever come UFC champion, but I never stopped working, and I was just trying to do my best. Yeah, even if I was not dream and think about to become UFC champion, I was willing to do my best. Give my maximum, and I give my maximum, and all this time I get better. And after I got two losses in UFC, I was focused only for each fight. Every each fight, and even UFC give me title fight, I was still not think about to me holding belts or me come champion. I wanted
Mhm.
to if this happen, I was just focused for the fight, and if this will happen to me come champion, I want to just feel natural. And all you guys saw that when Dana White wrapped the belt first time on me, I was so emotional and I cannot
I
stop my
remember.
yeah. So that was it, and then yeah, and then yeah, I came champion, and it's crazy moment. And now I already defend once, I'm defending more, and yeah, I guess I now I'm top of the world. But like I'm same guy again. I'm same
Yes.
motivated, and I'm still just trying to get better and staying humble and respect my opponents. And I'm still focused for one of the time, one at a time.
Rob, one of the things that I admire about you is that you did something really difficult, and a lot of people in the United States, where you're now a citizen, can't understand. I don't think you went to a foreign country where you did not speak the language,
Yes,
nothing, and the
yes.
food was different, the culture was different, and the courage I think that it takes to do that was pretty enormous. Take me through your decision, why you decided, hey, I'm going to move to the United States when so much was against you.
Yes. Um, so, yeah, when I changed my sport from judo to I came to MMA,
Right.
and I knew that I was good at MMA, and I knew that I was talented. I love this sport. I knew that I wanted to do MMA all my life. And I know that I can come successful with this sport. And I fell in love with it, and I wanted to do all my life. But and then in Georgia, like it was not. I was fighting. I have 9 fights there, but it was like I fight all the fights. But and then I. I got opportunity to fight here in United States, amateur fights, and I came here, and I go back, and and I was in army that time, like 1 year mandatory, and I
Hmm.
finished army, and I decided to come here, United States, to find a good gym training, find the fights, and eventually go to UFC. But that time, I don't know how to go UFC. I don't know where to training, and it was so many challenge, and yeah, and but. So yeah, everything was so hard. Like you said, I don't speak English language, and I don't have a friends, and everything was against me. And then um, I got so many challenges, but I learned from it. And then but I never give up, and I was always trying to get better, learn from everything, and um, so as you guys see results now, I'm
It's
just
amazing.
yeah,
Last question on that. Let me ask you the last question. What was the hardest thing? Was it like the food was different? The fact that you didn't, like talking to girls or, having
yeah.
friends to talk to? Like, what was the most difficult thing about the switch?
It's no food because like no like because I was ready for like a dedication. I was no problem. I was you know, I was eat just potato like this. I don't have to even without cooked. I was ready to eat
Raw.
some no problem. I was ready to sleep in the street, no problem. I was mentally ready for that, but um, just when it was crazy. So like I'm not gonna say it's the hardest, but the first what shocks me the the house that we was living in Long Island. When I come outside of house, all the neighbors, everybody quiet, and then like nobody walks in the street, and I saw the one neighbor came from his house, and he don't even say hello. He just sit in the car like a robot, and he go to somewhere I don't know. And I'm like, what's wrong with these people? Like where I am? Like I was thinking I'm in different planet somewhere, and then also I will say like every time somebody try to have a conversation with me, then I they figure out I cannot even say
Understand?
where, yeah, where I from, where how long I been here, or where, like when I come here, when I go back, or what I do, and everybody stop conversation with me, and it was depressing for sure to that. I cannot make a conversation with people. I cannot
Yeah.
tell them where I from, what I do, what I love or whatever. Even girls, that wasn't hard, like because yeah, I was ready for dedication, like I tell, because I came here to hard work, and then yeah, like lots of things. The most okay, I will say what was the most difficult. Most difficult was to find the gym and then find the fights. That
Get
was
a
what,
somebody.
yeah, I wasn't not able to find the MMA gym long time, and I was not able to find MMA professional fights. I have a 4 fights in boxing when I came, and then I have 2 kickboxing fights and 3 amateur MMA fights, but I wasn't not able to fight in professional. Yeah. So, but in Georgia, I was fighting in professional league, but unfortunately, those 9 fights
Right.
doesn't count here, doesn't show here in the
Right.
picture.
Well, now you're getting the fights because now when you fight O'Malley at UFC 316, this is going to be the fifth current or former champion that you fought in your last 6 fights. And the one guy that wasn't a champion was Umar Nurmagomedov, and he was
Yes.
undefeated. So
Yes.
you're learning as you go pretty well here. And last question, so I'll wrap with this. What do you learn when you're fighting guys like Jose Aldo and Peter Yan and Henry Cejudo and Sean O'Malley and Umar Nurmagomedov? What does it do for you when you get in there with them and you walk out? Like, do you consciously say, "Okay, I learned this. This guy was good at this, and this has made me better"?
One more time. So
What? How do
yeah,
you get better from fighting all those tough guys?
yeah.
Like, what makes you better from fighting them?
Yes. So I guess all these fights, all these top opponents I fought, all different challenges and different style. Peter Yan is different style, Sean O'Malley different style, Jose Aldo, Henry Cejudo, even Umar. But every fight I'm getting better and better, because um, I'm putting work in, and I'm still. I feel like I'm still getting better and better, and I find the challenge, and I'm like I'm warrior. I mean, I guess I'm showing that I can fight every style. I'm like maybe unique fighter that I can beat every style. I can beat striker or wrestler or like
You say
like
you're going to fight O'Malley standing up. We shall see. That'll be a big one.
yeah. If he stops my wrestling, then I have to strike with him. Like which is I show against Jose Aldo. He stops my takedown, and I have to strike with him, and I win the fight. So
And he was
maybe I
one of the
have to do
best
that.
ever to do it.
Yes, sir.
Well, we will look forward to seeing UFC 316 when you rematch with Sean O'Malley. Always good to talk to you, Merab. Best of luck to you, and thank you for your time, champ.
Thank you, Kevin. Always. Thank you
See
so
you soon.
much.